Hello and welcome to the Artisan of Glimmith. I'm Tom, and in this video I'll be solving the puzzles in the section Loopy, which comes right after the bricky section here, right? And it's a twist on the bricky version. To be honest, it took me quite a long time to really understand what this is all about, but let's jump in with the first tutorial puzzle right here. So here loopy means there cannot be any point where exactly three borders meet. Okay? Here you might find the edge drawing tool particularly useful within these puzzles, and that's indeed true. Because here we have a T section. That's three borders meeting. That is not allowed, which means we must draw another border here. Now we have here three borders meeting. Here we have a T intersection. Now we get a T intersection. Here we always need to add a border so we don't have three, right? This and like that, and indeed that's all single cell regions, whatever. Yeah. Next one, loopy. There cannot be a point. Yeah, well, three things. So that also means that here these things, like you need two regions, right? You need no wait, I can do that like this. You need two different regions here because of this border. Now how can you extend the border? You can't extend it there, because here that creates a T, right? You can't do it here, that would create a T, which means you have to create it here. Now you have to extend this border, right? Because here, since you can't have any intersections here, you need to expand this here. And again, we have the same game. We can't do that here, we can't do this here. We have to extend this here, meaning this region has to span all the way here. And now we have the same thing again, like here and here. That's not possible. We have to do it like this. And indeed, that's one of the solving mechanics, that if you have straight lines on the border, on the edge of the grid, then you can always fill them already. Yeah, because you can't separate that, right? Maybe I'll be able to show that in the next video. Here, this rule can also be stated as borders must never make a T-shape, which means this entire section you can already paint, because it's impossible to put a border anywhere there, right? Because it would create a T. The same is true here. This has to be one section or one region, because you can't put a border there, right? So here you have three borders already. They can only go there. And this one is also three borders, like this. So obviously you have to connect them like this, because we talked about not being able to extend towards the edge of the grid, right? No, we didn't talk about it. I said that. Okay, here again we have these connected edges, right? And here we have connected edges like this. So those we can draw already. Here we have a T intersection. We need to make that a crossing like this. Now this can only go here, which creates a T intersection here. So you have to extend that there. And again, we have a T. And then we can only move this way, okay? Even figuring out these difficulty 1 puzzles when I played the first time was next to impossible for me. Whereas now that I played it like 3 or 4 times, this puzzle, now it starts to make sense to me, and I get what the mechanic is all about, actually, yeah? So let's start with the T intersections here that we have. We need to take care of this one and that one. We know that we need those borders, okay? Furthermore, we know that we have one region at least here spanning there. Can't extend in there because of this border rule here, right? We know that there can't be an intersection, and we know that here we cannot have an intersection. Okay? Now, that's another thing about these puzzles. If you have a region like sort of spanning over a corner, it always has to wrap around the corner. It's never possible to separate it there, because it would immediately create a T. So it has to go like this here, and here we have the same thing. We can't have two regions on an outside border here, on an edge border. It always has to be one and the same region, right? Here, this cannot go there because of the border rule, which means we need one more border there, and that completes the puzzle already. Okay, here we can start again with the outside edge here, or the outer edge, which means, like, I mean, we can draw this in. We need something here. We need something here, a different region here, right? And since we need another region here, we need to draw a border here. Here, we also need to draw a border like this. And now you can see here we have again like a region around, like sort of, how do you say, going over this corner. I don't know the English term for that. Like it's in German you would say something like it goes over the corner, or it stretches past the corner or something like that. You have to wrap this around here like that, which means here you must draw the border like this, and all the inside is just one region. Again, we start with this here. Now here we need a different region, right? Because of this border, and that means we need to draw a border here. Okay. What else can we see? We know we need a different section here, different region, and we know we need a different region there. Okay. Also here we need a different region. So we need this border for sure and this border for sure to separate these sections. Here we cannot draw a border, right? So this outer region has to go in there. And now, let me just switch off the phone here. And now you can already see that here you have two sections meeting. They have to be separate sections. This is the outside section, so we need a border here. Yeah, that creates a T intersection, so we also need a border there, which means this area here has to go all the way in. Now what do we do with this border, right? We have a dangling border, or one border left there, so let's connect it. And all these three tiles were one and the same. Actually they couldn't have been different sections, because we would have created a T intersection there and there, right? Okay. So we have one puzzle with the difficulty 1 left. I think it was somewhere here in the back. There it is. Okay, these are all single cell regions. Again, we can draw around the edge of the grid because of the loopy rule, and then since we also don't have bricky, it's not possible to create these shapes here. You can't have 4 borders. Bricky means no 4 borders and no 3 borders, so you can only have 2 borders meeting. What that means in effect is that once you have 2 regions touching each other, one region has to be able to go all around the other region. Yeah, that is what bricky and loopy means in tandem. Sort of in conjunction, right? So these we need, and we need this here also. Then we also need this, and now we touch this border here. So the rest has to be a separate section. If I add the border here to the one section that I drew, that is automatically filled. Okay. Okay. We have 8 puzzles. We need 14 difficulty, or we need to find 14 difficulty 2 puzzles. Let's zoom in a bit. I think this was one already. Yes. Okay, we start with the outer edge like this. This can be part of the outer edge, or it could be a separate section. We don't know that yet. We know we need a separate section here and here and here. Let's make those all green, okay? Now, we need a border here and here then, and here. What else can we see here? We here have the edge like going over the corner, so we need to add this here, and we could separate this now, like creating a cross border, sort of, a border crossing, a border cross, whatever you call that. What else? I don't even see what to do now at this moment. We need something. Yeah. We can actually do this in different color. Let's take this color here. We need something spanning around this corner, right? Or could this also be done like this? I'm not quite sure. Oh no, we're forbidden bricky also here. So indeed we need something going around here. Let's take a, yeah, about this color, yeah. So now you can ask yourself where you can and where you must or cannot draw any borders. If we were to draw a border here, this would have to be connected, yeah. And you would get red in here, and you would immediately get a bricky situation here, like this, right? So that doesn't work. Yeah, wait, there was this one border that I drew, meaning I cannot have this border here. Yeah. In fact, you can see that already by extending this region here, because these regions can't touch like that, like you immediately have a T section, yeah? That's why this one has to extend here. And then you have this as one section here, which also can't go over there. You can't have a border here because that would be a T intersection. You would need this then. And no, we don't have bricky. I always forget that. We have the bricky rule also, so you can't go there. Which means this has to be one region. Then red has to span all around here. Yeah. And also particularly on this side of the border, which means this one has to be a separate region. Okay, that's a 3. This is a 2. Loopy and area numbers. So here's one region, which means we need 2 borders there. 5 has to move out of here, and again, it went past the border. I can't have borders here because that would be a T, so I have to at least extend there. And now I can't extend there because again we would create a T section here, right? So 5 can only expand here. And this we can prevent now, the loopy part here, right? The 4, as the 5 has to move around these corners because it has to move out of this niche, then it has to also go around, wrap entirely around the corner, and that's a 4, which means we need a border here. The 6 also needs these 4 tiles, and then you can ask yourself where you can extend it. If you were to extend it here, you wouldn't be able to go into this tile. You also couldn't go there because that immediately creates a T section with the 5, right? Well, actually you could do this then, but on this side you can't do it here, right? Because of the 4. So can you do it here? Also not, because then you have a T section here. That means you have to extend here, wrap around the corner, and then you can complete it like this, and that completes also the puzzle. Okay, Loopy and Bricky. In these kinds of puzzles, which I find the most interesting puzzles actually of the entire Loopy section, that is very difficult, by the way. If you have Loopy and Bricky in conjunction, that means that none of these shapes are allowed to touch each other, either on the edge or on any corner. They have to be completely separated by this region. Yeah, there has to be at least one tile between any of these, like one tile of this region between any of these 4 regions. Okay, it means first of all I can do this here because they are not allowed to touch. Then this one must go here, can't go there because it would touch, so it can only be completed like this. This one has to wrap all around it now, and now we can see that this one can only be completed like this, which means we again have to wrap this around it. Here we need this now, and then the square can only be completed like this. Okay. Same game here. Let's draw the outer border first. Here, this tile, this region, can't go into this region because of that one here. To this direction we need these 5 tiles, which means that this one has to extend here for 4 tiles, and then it can't extend here because there we have a bricky situation. We need it like this. Let's draw frame around it also to visualize it better. We can now see that this here, since it can't move there, has to move like this. Yes, that's it. We need this then. Here we need this shape now. Let's also make it yellow with this one around it. And then you can see that the T can only be completed like this. This moves all around it. And here we have the final shape like this. Yeah. So those are pretty easy, I gotta say, at least at this level. And they're fun, I would also say. Here we have Loopy in conjunction with rose windows. We can draw the frame again. First, here we need a different section. Here we need a different section. Make this blue. This one also has to be the second region, right? Because we have one red symbol in this region already. And here we also need blue. Let's make this a light blue, come on. Like this, okay? So, obviously here, for this border, I need red inside, which means these have to move like that. And since we have blue on this side here, I can just finalize the puzzle like this. Here we have the same thing, just a little bigger. Now, come on. We start off like this. Then let's draw in yellow these things here. And then let's extend the frame here. Like this has to be part of one and the same region, right? Because they overlap sort of, these symbols, right? Like this. Here we need something. Here we need it, and here we need it. Yeah, those are necessarily connected to the outer frame of this puzzle. Again, we have Loopy and Bricky now. That means that like no two regions can like touch each other without overlapping, like completely surrounding the other region. Okay. So let's see what we have here. This one must be the red region. No, actually the red region could wrap around here like this. So we don't know that yet. This one has to be a different section here. Let's mark this in dark blue or blue here, yeah, like this. And let's draw in green the remaining thingies here. They may be red, they may be something else, but we can already see this one has to surround this thing entirely, okay? Then here, because we have one tiny touch here, that means the green region has to completely surround this region, okay? Here we have the same game now. And here we have it too. Like this, I think, yeah. Here we have part of this part now. And this one here. Here again we have this one touching this region, so it has to surround the whole thing. And now we are in this palisade symbols here in these, right? So now we can see that this side here has to be red. Here I cannot have green now, or anything but red, because red is not able to entirely surround it. This has to be red, this has to be green, okay? What else? Here we have green on one side, so we need red on the other side. We can't have a third region there, right? Because we would have immediately created T intersection if there was a different region, right? So this has to be red. This here obviously also has to be green. Here we need red. And since red is here, it has to span around the whole thing, as well as these things. And like this you complete this puzzle. 2. Again we have Loopy and Bricky. Starting off with the clues here, sort of, right, like this. We can draw a border here. We can draw a border here. This one cannot be part of the green region, right? We can draw this border. And this one also can't be part of the green region because green is on two sides of it already. So it means we need a border here, and that means the green region needs to extend at least there. Here this border must be extended to this now. Let's draw in, wait, we can also extend this border and this border here. And here this has to be green now, right? As you can see, you have on all three sides, you have this thing. This also cannot be anything else but green. And we know it cannot extend there, it has to extend here. No, we can't draw this border. Wait, I didn't want to change the color. Indeed, we need this border here. Let's draw in this first of all here. Right? We can add these borders now. Since we can't have bricky, this has to move around the corner, and it also has to move in there. Now we also have this here, like these borders we can also draw. Here, this one has to move out of this into this corner tile, right? Because otherwise, like we would have a bricky situation here. We need this and these borders here. Which means that this region has to span entirely around it. And this symbol perfectly fits for that, right? Now here we can't have green, that has to be blue. And like that, puzzle is complete. Same game. Like this. Let's add these in yellow. Like this. Now, we can't have loopy, we can't have bricky, which means that this symbol can only have borders like this. Any border touching this would create a T or a cross, right? So these borders must be here, and this has to be a different color than the outside frame, and it has to span all around this one. It has to spin all around this one. This one cannot be part of this one. This has to be blue then. And we have red here again. This one also cannot be blue now, right? Because we have two sides with blue already. This has to be red with the border going like this. This can't be red now, right? Because like here we cannot, we have blue here on two sides, so this has to be blue with a border there. It has to extend all the way here. Let's also draw these borders in. Because also could have done this already here, right? Because again, the one region touching another region has to spin all around it, or wrap all around it. What else? Here we have two sides of blue, so this cannot be blue, it has to be red. And if we have red here, this red needs to go all around the corner, otherwise we would have bricky. Okay, like this, that means we need blue here. Now we have two sides of blue for this symbol already, so this has to be blue again, can only extend there. Let's draw the border. This then has to be red. And this has to be red, that doesn't work. Wait, I made a mistake, sorry. We cannot draw this border here. Come on! This border we cannot draw, because this may extend here. We can only draw this border here, which means this has to be red coming from here, right? We need these two borders, which means this is blue here. Yeah, my mistake, sorry. This was a 3. That's a 5 there. Is there something there behind that wall? No. And this here is a 3, right? Yes. Where is the next difficulty? 2 here. Loopy with rectangles only, okay? So here it's quite helpful to draw in what we know already. We have this here. This can't be in this shape. It has to be boxy, right? We have 1 there, 2 here, 1 here, 1 here. Let's go to random colors again. Now, where to start? This cannot expand here because we would have a T shape. So we need to draw a border here. The same is true for this one here. Can't extend. So border, in fact, we need to draw borders for each of these sections now, because otherwise we would create T shapes. Now here we need a border, here we need a border, and that's it. And since we have T shapes, We have the boxy thing, these things, and here like you need something in here like this, they have to extend all the way to the end. This one also needs a border now, and indeed you will figure out pretty quickly that all of these have to be straight borders from one end of the grid to the other end because of the loopy mechanic. Yeah, like this. It's all straight lines, right, from each corner to another corner. Okay. Let's start again with the outer frame here. So since we have non-boxy, this here, these 5 tiles cannot be a separate region because they would be boxy. So we can fill this or make this part of the outer frame already to prevent the non-boxy. That in turn means that this here has to be a separate region, and since it has to be non-boxy, we need to extend it here, which means according to this border that everything else is part of the outer frame. Yeah? Here again we also need a different region because of the border, and that means here we need the outer region. Here we need this again, a different region then. Now we need to make this non-boxy, can only be done like this, but how to make this non-boxy? Simply enough, we just have to extend it into the second region here, right? Here we have a shape bank puzzle. So let's start here. This can only be a T. We need a border there. Let's extend these here already. Now here you can see that you need at least those 2, right? But here you need to wrap around the corner. Once you exceed the corner, you need to wrap around it. So this has to be the plus sign. Let's go on here. This can only be the 3-tile corner. This one again has to extend to a plus sign. The same is true here. Once we have this and this going over the corner, we need to extend it. Here we have the same game like this. Once we leave this niche, we have to take care of the corners. Now here you also need something extra. You can't have, well, you could potentially have this without breaking the loopy part, but you would create a shape that is not allowed according to the shape bank. So you need this now, and given the straight border here, you need something like this here, which can only extend to a T then. Here you need a border that can only be a 3-tile shape. You can't go up here, first of all, because of you would create a T section, also because of this shape here, right? Here you need to move around the corner. This cannot be a T because you need a border here as well, right? I should draw in these borders that we need. Here is one that we need as well. This one has to be straight because we have one straight border here, right? And then that has to be a 3-tile corner. Here we need to span around both corners, wrap around them, and then we can already see we have the T shape, and on the other side there's also a T shape. There is nothing yet. That's a 2. Here we need this frame part at least, and let's draw these in here. Let's make them the same color. Like this. This is also a frame part. So how is that done here? What can we see? What can we learn? What can we know? We have loopy only. Well, we know first of all that this one has to extend out of here, right? It could be part of this region, basically. Yeah. Basically that would be okay, I think. I don't see anything speaking against it. It could also be a separate region. Now let's look at this one. This one has to extend away from this border, and this one also has to extend away from the border. Now, what do we do with this? Can we do this? How was that done? We can work here actually. Once you see that you have this here, this one has to be closed, this gap, right? Otherwise we would have a T section here. Like if there was a border here, we would definitely need a border, right? Oh no, wait, we can combine those two. Man, it's so difficult to see that. You could also do this here, right? Then you would need to go here and here and here and there. That basically would work, sort of, yeah, if you move on to prevent these T-sections, but I don't want to do that now. To see where I end up, I want to see something else, because you can see something else here. I solved these and I felt pretty comfortable with the puzzles, actually, but now I don't anymore. At this moment, at least. Let's see, I think it was something about this here. Can I have a border there? Yeah, I can have a border there. Can I have a border here? That would mean this is one section. Ah, wait, I have to extend this here. Totally overlooked that. This one has to be extended, and this one can't... It can go there, actually. I know the solution to the puzzle, but I don't remember... Ah, here, I can't have that. I need to extend that further. Right. And... could this be joined? No, here, because of this here section, this has to move around the corner again, yeah? And that means... What does that mean? That I can't have a section here. This can't be separated. It has to be one and the same. Again, the border thing, the corner thing, I don't see that anymore. I saw that so well the last time I solved these. This has to move around the corner. You can't have this intersection here, right? So we need a border there, which means that this is part of this region here with a border there. And this has to span there now. And now you can see that... can you make this part of that, like... Can you see that? Let me see. Ah, this has to be one in the same region, obviously, here, right? Because the corner moves there. Then this one also has to be part of the same region, because otherwise we would have a T-section. Here we can't have the T-section. Here we can't have the T intersection. And this has to wrap around here. And again, here we can't have the T's. So that's all one big region, and this is just the M. Man, I don't see that stuff so well at this moment. I think I'm a bit too tired already again. But I'll go on anyway. Let's see, there's another 2. Loopy, range 1 to 3. Let's put in these here. First of all, here we have 3 already, right? We can finalize this. Draw this corner there, this border there. We need 2 here. This also has to be 3, by the way. So we can draw or finalize this section. We need another border here. This one cannot extend, because as soon as it exceeds this corner, it would have to go around the corner. So this has to be a 2 with another border there. Here we need a border that's a single tile section. This could be a 3 tile. This one cannot go here, because we would have to join this border in order to prevent the T border. So this would be 5, which is not allowed. So we need a border here, and for the same reason we can't do that, actually, yeah? So this has to be like this. We need one more there. We have range 1 to 3. So I need something in here. I need something straight here because of this straight border here, right? Then again, I can't move around this corner, so I can't extend that, and I also can't move around that corner because I only have a range of 3. So this has to be a separate section here with 2 tiles, which means there is a single tile cell. Also here we have something. This could be combined, or these could be separate, right? Could be like this basically, or could be like this. Where do we figure that out? What this is? Yeah, we need something here as well, right? And we need a new border here, a new region here, in order to prevent, like I can't have that here, right? Just to make sure you understand, this has to be a, these 2 tiles must be connected. Now, this again can't move there because it would have to join there, right? And here I could have a single tile, but here I need a border now, which means I can't have a border here. I have to extend that like this. And now for this corner, this one has to extend here. And like this, we need a border to finalize it. Here we can't have a border now, so we need to go there, and there is another border, and that's how this puzzle is completed. We have 21. There's one that I missed somewhere. I have no clue where that could be. That was a 4. That's a 4. 3, 3. This one, right? Yes. Oh yeah, this puzzle here again. You need. Actually, you don't need this here. That doesn't. You can look at these here. Actually, these here. You can't move them there because then here you would end up with a T section. You also can't do this, right? This is a perfect puzzle to use only the border drawing tool. This here you can move there, but then you would have to go there, right? So you can only go here, which you have to extend here. Again, this doesn't work. This doesn't work. You need to go there. It's that simple border to complete this puzzle. Okay, now we have 22. That's all of the difficulty 2 puzzles on white plinths. So there are 10 difficulty 3 puzzles. We need to reach a count of 32 now. Let's start with this one here. We have Loopy and Precision 4. Best place to start is this here. Because here you need 4 already like this, right? Now you need a border here and here, which means that this has to extend here and this has to extend here. This has to be an L shape then, and this also can only be an L shape. Here you can orient yourself very well on these straight borders. You need something here, you need a separation here and here, yeah, and here you need to wrap around the corner and work your way all the way along it, right? So that has to be the L like this. Here you need 3 like this. Yeah, you have these borders now. This has to move out there, this has to move out, this and this. Let's see, you need a border here and here. No, there's something wrong already. Wait, I don't see it. How to finalize this one here? How can I not lose this tile now? I remember facing this problem before. No, yeah, I think in Ls already. I don't need Ls. Just have to be 4 tiles. So given this is going here, it has to move like this, right? This one has to expand here and wrap around this corner then, which is an L, which means this has to extend here. It can't extend further because then it would have to go there. So you have a border here and a border there. This here must be a square section. We need a border here with 2 here and 3 here. This one has to extend somewhere. Yeah, the thing is that you cannot extend it here because then here this tile, wait, what I can already do for this region here is has to move there around the corner, right? So if I were to put the extension, the 4th tile of this region here, I would have to add 2 tiles and I would create a 5 tile region. And the same is true on the other side. If I do this, I would again have to add 2 more tiles in order to prevent a T border section, right? So this one can only be extended here, with this one here and this one there, okay? Now we need borders here and here. This one, no, actually that's not true. We need 3 here with another border there. This one needs 3 plus this one. It has to be an L because of the shape of the outer corner here. So here we have a straight border, so we need to finalize this region like this. Here we need to move out, and given this corner, we need to go into this direction. That means indeed this is one S tile section. Here we have this corner, so this region down here has to take care of the or prevent the T section. And then we have something like this here, and the remaining region is like this. So there's also a 3 hidden here. Loopy. Let's start with the borders that we have to draw. There's one here, and from here we also have one. Furthermore, we have one here, which means we need one more here, and then we need one more here, here. It just goes all the way. We add sort of the 3rd border, so we need to add another 4th border, right? Like this. Okay. What else do we have? Is there anything else? I don't think so. Yeah, here we have one. This one. Okay, let's start filling the stuff in here. We need to go here. This is all separate stuff. This one has to be one section, and this one has to be a section. This one also has to be one region. Now, given these inner borders here, this one has to wrap around it all the way to here. This one has to wrap here. Now we have these borders. No, wait, we have this border. It has to move there, and given this border, it has to move here. Now we have this border again, like this, and here we need to draw a border then, which means we have to draw another border here and there, and that was the end of the puzzle already. 3. We need something here, something here. Oh, I'm in blue all the time. We need to connect this here. We need to go here, we need to go here and here. And the 3 can only be completed like this because it has to wrap around the corner as soon as it exceeds, the corner. Now here, given those 2 T intersections, we need this. So the 3 must move up. It cannot move here because we would create a T intersection like this, right? Same is true on the other side. It can only extend like this, which means in turn that these 2 sections have to extend all the way up there. And here we need a different region. Given this T section here, that has to be a border there. And since we need a border here and here, we can't do that now because of the T intersection that we would have. So this has to go up there, which means we need another border there. Okay. So we need another border here. This one can't move around. We need to add this border at least. Oh, we need to add a border here as well. But this could basically wrap around it. No, it can't, because we would create a T intersection here now, right? We would need a 3rd region here. You can't have 3 regions meeting in one corner. Actually, that's the Loopy rule in a different sort of language. So that has to go here and here. That has to be a separate region, and we need this one as a border, which means we have a border there and here. So now it's time to ask ourselves how we can complete the 6. We can't go there because we would have to join this region into it, and that's already 7. So we need a border here and also a border there. The 6 then has to extend here. It can't go there, it can't go there. It has to go there. And then because of this border, it has to move in here. So let's draw this border. And I don't know how to complete this. I probably made a mistake somewhere along the way. Oh no, I need this border here, yeah. And then this one has to extend, and here, this is how this is finished. Yeah, because this one had to wrap around along the entire wall. I could have drawn that from the get-go actually, yeah. I didn't draw that properly. Yeah, the stuff you overlook. Okay, we have Loopy and Bricky. So again, none of these area number clues can be part of a region that touches another region. So we definitely need orange here and here. Yeah. Let's draw the rest in, or let's make this a bit nicer to the eye here, like this, a nice dark color. And let's make this an orange. Maybe not so, it doesn't matter. So where do we start? The 2 can't go here because it would touch a corner of the 6. So it has to be completed like this, with this one spinning around it. What else? The 6 can't move here because it is not allowed to touch even the corner of the 5. So it has to walk, spin all the way around here like that. Then the 5, let's draw in all the areas that the 5 could reach, so it's easy to see where it cannot reach. It can go here. Well, obviously it can't touch the 5, but the maximum extent is sort of this, I think. Yeah. So first of all, we can delete all the tiles that touch a side or a corner of the 6. Same is true for the 3. Furthermore, we can delete this one. But here we need 4 tiles for the 4 now, right? So we also have to take these away. And here you can see the 6. Well, the 3 also has to move down here, right? Like at least this, so we can take these away. And that's a 5 already. And that we can, now we can already see the relation of the 3 to the 5. Also the 4 can only be completed like this now. So that is how it has to be done. Otherwise, like if this would extend here, you wouldn't be able to complete the 4. If this was to extend there, you couldn't complete the 3. And the 6 just fits perfectly into the rest of the puzzles. And again, you have at least 1 tile between each of these separate regions. Same game again, like this. Easiest to start with borders here actually, like this. Also these can't move down because of these 2 symbols, and they can't move up because of this symbol. Yeah. So this one, let's take another color now, can only be completed like this. Can't move down for obvious reasons here, right? So this has to go all the way around it because we have Loopy and Bricky. So how to finalize this can only be done by like in a horizontal fashion, right? And the only thing possible is this now. Okay. We can look at this now. We have a section of 3 by 3 here only, right? And it also can't move up there because it would touch this one. So the only place where this can extend is here. Yeah. Oops, that was too far. Now come on. Like this. Yeah. That's the only way this can be achieved now. And this then, like this tile has to be this part here, right? It goes this, like this, 3 and then 1 up. With this thing going all the way around it. And you can already see the remaining shape is there like this, right? Why doesn't this work? What did I draw wrong? I drew something wrong. Or I did draw a border. Oh no, it's one too many. Sorry. It has to be done like this here. Okay. Loopy. We still need this border here. Then, given this border here, this has to extend all the way around it here. Here too, and here too, right? Because we have a different region inside. Let's draw that in a yellow. Like this, it has to extend and it has to connect, right? Like all this has to connect to one and the same region here. We can do that already, like this, right? Here we also need blue, and that already shows the outline of the entire thing. I don't know, this would actually be a difficulty 2 for me and not a difficulty 3. Okay, that was a 5 there, right? So I think that's all difficulty 3 puzzles here on white plinths. There's one more. We have an L shape now. Here we can start this, because this has to be an L shape. We need a border there, so this has to go here. Could go around the corner, could go there, up there. We need an L here also. So this has to go like this. We need a border here and here. We also need this already. We need a border there as well. This one has to be an L. This one also has to be an L again. Once we exceed this corner, we have to wrap around it entirely. Okay? Here, that's the same thing. Here we have 3 with a border there. Can't go there because we can't wrap around it. So we have to finalize that there, which means we need one there also. That could be an L like this, we don't know. Here we need a border. So this is 2 and this is 2. This can't go here because then we would need this shape. This has to be completed like that, which in turn means we have an L here and another L there. One more L here. Here we need 2, and given this straight border here, these have to connect. Then here we need a border, and here means we have an L like this. Here we have an L, and let's not be hasty. No, this has to be this one here, right? So we have this and that. And this has to be completed here because of this border. And this border here, right? And that's it, yeah. There is a 3. Okay, loopy and minimum 2. I remember that this one I had substantial difficulties with when I played the first time, but it's actually not that difficult. I mean, it has some parts, but let's start here. We have at least 2, right? Here, if we look at this corner, we have to exceed it. We have to wrap around it. Now, let's start with this one here. We exceed these 2 corners, we need to wrap around them, like this. Here, we have this corner now. No, we can have bricky, so that doesn't work. But here we have this corner. We exceeded this corner. We need to wrap around it now. For this corner, we need this, and here we have the outside border. So we need to go there, and we can draw this border because we can't go there, which means we need another border there. Here we need at least 2. So we exceeded the corner. We need to wrap around it. Oh yeah, we have this corner here actually. We exceeded it, we need to wrap around it. Now we have this corner, and now we have this corner, so this is all one section actually. Like this. Let's go on here. We need to move out of this. We need a border there. And since we exceeded this corner, we need to wrap around it all the way. Now we have a corner here that we need to take care of, like this. Here we must draw a border because of the border rule. Let's go on here. We need at least 2. This corner makes us do this. And let's go on here. We need to extend. We need exceed here. So like this. Here we have these corners, which means we can't have borders there. And for this border, we can't. For this corner, we can't have a border. But here we need a border. Okay. Here we have another corner that we exceeded. We need to wrap around it. Okay, here we need at least 2, like this. Here we also need at least 2. So this must be a border. And we can't have this intersection here, right? So these 2 are part of the same group. Let's make this a different color, maybe a bit like this. No, it's too bright. Like this. Here, this corner can't have another border. And what else? What else? Oh yeah. If we were to draw a border here, we would need a border there. That would create a single tile region, which is not allowed. So in fact, this has to be combined. Then we have a border here, and this region is complete now. Here we have a corner that we have to move around. What else? We need a thing here. And then we need something moving out of here. And given this border here, this corner, we can't have this border. So this has to be one in the same region. Here we have another corner that we have to take care of, like this. And now, since we cannot... Like this has to be a different region than this one, right? And we need at least 2. So like this. Can we connect it to this region here? No, because we would create a T intersection here. So it doesn't work. It has to be part of this region. We create a cross here then, and everything is fine. There's a 3. Loopy and Solitude. Let's first draw this one here. These shapes here could be different colors. No, actually they can't, because of the Solitude rule, right? Like every region has to include a symbol. That's why these can't be separate regions. So how to solve this? How did I do that? I think what I did was looking at this first, if this is possible. And it's not. Why is it not possible? Why is that not possible? Yes, because I would need a border here now, and this one would have to extend like this, and that creates a T section here. Yeah. And that's why this has to span into this direction like this with these borders. Also we need a border there, and now here we need to extend out, at least there. Here we need a border for this sign now. This has to extend at least here. We need a border here also, and these extensions. Given that we have no border on this side, this has to extend there. And here we are exceeding a border, so we need to wrap around it. So that means we need different regions here, yeah? And they need to connect to a symbol, right? So we can actually move them step by step until we reach a region. Here we need a new region. It can be neither this region, it could potentially be this region also, but we can't reach that now, so let's just move on. No, wait, this has to go here, this there. We need to connect them like this one cannot connect to this region, obviously. We can draw this border already, and then we move on, just step by step. And we see now that this one has to be part of this region, this one is complete. And yeah, we just go on and on and on. And like that the puzzle completes itself, sort of. If you, like I was working from around here, but if you work with these different regions here, the puzzle basically solves itself. Yeah? Is that all already? We have 31? No, we need 32. Ah, there's one more. Yeah. Okay, we have Loopy and the mingle shape. Okay, that's going to be interesting. But we have one here already. So I can't have a single region here, because I would have to do this, which creates a single tile region here. So this has to extend out of this niche. And since it exceeds the corner here, it has to at least cover this region. Now here we have two borders where we can't have we have two corners where we can't have other borders. Man, this is difficult to to explain. Here this corner can't have another border like this. We need something, and basically here we can have double borders. Yeah. Okay, so what else can we see here? We can draw a border there, which means we need a border here also. I solved this wrong because I always understood it to be a mismatch puzzle, and that's why I had assumptions that were basically not okay. Here this outer region tells us we can do this, or we have to do this, which means we also need something here, right? In order not to create a T section. And here, this we need to move around here. We can have separate regions here. If this goes there, this could be the same region. with a 3 here. Ah, yeah, we need a border there also. Totally overlooked that. But we can't have a border here. Only if this moves around. Mingle shape. Ah yeah, we can't draw a border here because then we would need another border there. Oh no, it's not a mingle, it's not a miss. I always think of the mismatch here. Damn it. It's really difficult to keep track of the stuff. What is the next step here? What else can we conclude? Basically, I always assumed that I can't have a different single tile cell, but we can have that. We only can't have that next to this one here. What is the next step here? We can have this. We need 2 here also. Man, when I played it this morning, this puzzle, I didn't have any problems figuring out the next step. That is so strange. I don't see it. Really sorry for this delay here. I can do that if I do this here also, right? That's not a problem. If I have this there and this there, that basically works, right? There's no intersections forbidden. It has to do something with these here, but I don't know what. I don't see it at least. I can combine them. I can combine these regions, right? Oh wait, I want it in this color. Would have to move around here. Oh no, we would create a T section. Ah, I forgot to... No, I didn't. No, then I would have to do this. Yeah, that doesn't work. I can't combine those 2 regions. Can I see that for a different reason? No, I can't see that like this. Like... Well, you can sort of deduce that you can't draw a border here because you would have you would end. Ah, you can't do that because you have different you have 1 tile regions next to each other. That's not allowed also. Yeah, that's the mingle shape part of this. You can't draw single tile regions next to each other. That's why this has to extend here and there and there. Okay, and it means we need this here as a border. And then this needs to extend there. And this one can't be a single cell, right? Because of this one. So that's part of this region. And this corner means it has to be extended here. Now we have a straight border here at least, which means we need something here and something here. That has to connect down there and ends there also. We need another border there. And this we cannot... Yes, we can. No, we can't separate this because we would also have to separate this. We have 2 single tile regions next to each other. So this has to extend and this also has to extend. Given that we have 1 region on this side, these 2 have to be combined. This one has to wrap around the corner. It has to wrap around this corner. It has to wrap around this corner and also wrap around this corner. Okay, now the only question is how to complete it. You could potentially, like this would fit with the Loopy mechanic, at least you could do that, right? You have no 3 tile borders, but it's exactly the same shape as this one. That's why this doesn't work. You have to finalize it like this, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, I am mistaken. No, you have to do this actually. No, that's also not possible. What are you supposed to do here? Wait. I need a border here. Which means I need a border there also, like this. Yeah, that's the only possibility. Okay. Just follow the rules, you stupid fool. 32. That's it. There are 3 difficulty 4 puzzles. I don't think there's one here. Is there? No, I don't think so. So let's start with this one. Yes. Oh yeah, this one also had me turning and around the first time I solved it. I didn't see how to solve it, but it's so simple actually. Okay, let's start with this border here, because obviously the 2 cannot be part of this region, right? We also, we can also know that we can't extend it into this region, into this area, because here we need 2 different regions, right? And we would create a T intersection. The same is true on this side. We can't do that. We have a T section here. So the 2 can only be completed like this. That in turn means that this has to span around here, and for this corner it has to reach the 13 here. We have 10 by now, okay? So let's look at this 2 here now. Can it be extended like this? No, because we would have 3 regions touching this corner here, or this intersection. Can we do this? No, because we would again create an intersection where 3 regions meet. Okay? So the only way to complete this is like this. Yeah? That in turn means that this region has to span here, and it can't go there, right? So we need a border here, which in turn means we also need a border here, which in turn means we need all these 4 borders. That's a separate region. Now we have 2 tiles left here, no, 3 tiles left actually. Well, we don't need to count that. We can see that this region is exceeding this corner here. It has to span all the way there, and then we have a straight border here, which we also need to cover, which means that is 13. This one here is a separate region. So simple actually. That one is a brown plinth. Those are all brown plinths down there. There is a 4, yes. I hope I can solve this now. This one is more difficult, the Gemini and Delta with the Loopy mechanic. Let's see. Let's first of all draw the borders that we need, but it's only this one. So we have a section here. These, this and this. This wraps around here, and then this, and there's one. Okay, the thing is that we can have the bricky. If we extend this here, we are not allowed to draw a border there, right? Because that would create a T intersection. We would have to draw this one as well, and then that isn't possible with the Gemini and the Delta sign here, right? So we definitely need borders here. Okay. What else? Can I extend this? If I was to extend this here, I would need these borders here, and I would need to extend this border until here at least, because otherwise... No, actually I wouldn't have to do that. It doesn't matter. I could do this here, but all this is irrelevant actually, because as soon as you extend this, you have to add this region in order to prevent the T border here, right? And you can't create this shape on that side because you have one combined or one joined region here. So all of this is to say that this can only be a single tile region. This means that these 2 regions have to be combined, because this region had to span, like move around this corner right here, and here we need another border like this. So what else can we know here? Like the same stuff we said for this is also true here. If we do this, we will have to do this, which we can't, yeah, because we're not allowed to draw this border here. Okay, So this also has to be a single tile region, if I'm not mistaken. But I think that is true, which means we need another border there. And we need borders here. Yeah? That means this one has to move in here. And here we could have another single tile cell. Or we could join the whole thing. So I don't know about this one yet. Let's see what else we know. We know that we have a corner here with two regions, so one has to spin around this other corner, the other side of the corner. We have this now. Here we can't. Can we have a single tile region here? No, we can't have a single tile cell, obviously, because of the delta sign. We have to move there at least. So we need at least two tiles here somewhere on this other side. We obviously can't do it. No, we could do it like this. No, we can't do it because then we would need a border here and we're not allowed a border there, right? On the other hand, we do need a border here because otherwise we wouldn't be allowed to create a border here and this interferes. So between each Gemini and Delta sign you always need a border. I think that's actually the case, yeah? So how do you create the shape here? You have two now. You can't do that because you will create a border here. So you can't put two in here, which means you have to change this here and you have to amend it so that it works. You have to move up there, but you still can't put three. But now you see already that it has to be part of this shape. You extend this there and this one here, and now you have the same shape on both sides, okay? So you can draw the border around this, and this one be complete, and now you can see that you need this here. Here, right? Here you also need borders, and here you need borders now, and that's this puzzle. There's the final difficulty 4 on a white plinth. We have Loopy and range 2 to 6. Okay, let's see. We need this. We need this. We need this. We need this. Also, this puzzle, I had extreme difficulties to solve this. Like, there was nothing I could find. Everything I tried led into mistakes and stuff. And everything I thought I knew was wrong. And then I solved this morning, and actually it made total sense. I hope I can recreate this now. So this is what we need for sure, okay? Each one of these can extend at least one tile, a maximum one tile, because we have a range of 6. They all have a size of 5 by now. Now, we can't combine these here, because that's 11 already, right? And that is true for all these corners. Yeah, we can draw those in already. Okay. Here we need a range, a region of at least 2 tiles, so we know this, yeah. And given that we have 2 regions here already on this corner, with 3 tiles covered, we need to cover 4 tiles, okay. Here it's the same. We need to do like this, which means we have a border here. Also, this one is complete with 6 sizes of 6, right? So this one has to move here because of this corner, and it has to move here because of this corner. We have 2 more tiles for this, but we don't yet know where they are, okay? What we also know is the following. Let's see, what do we know? Like, we can already draw this in here, make this a bit brighter, and we can draw in this here. Yeah? Now, we can't combine these. That's 7, okay? That means we need a border like this here. And we also can't combine these. That's 8. We are allowed a max of 6. So we need these borders. I also can't combine these, obviously. So I need a border there as well. And that means this one has to extend here. And we can finalize this region. This one has to extend here. And we need this border as well. What else? We need another region here. And this one cannot extend up here because we would create a region of 1 now. So this one is final, and we need at least 2 tiles for this region here. Could extend up there. What else? This one can't extend here now because we would create no, actually it could do this. No, it can't do this because we have 6 already. We would create a region of an intersection of, like this we would create a region of 7, and like this it's a T-shape border here. So this one has to move out of here, and yeah, yes, like, I mean, the main thing is I can't draw this in. It means I need a border here, but given this border I have to move out, right? That's what I meant to say. This one has to extend then into this area, and that's indeed one region then. That cannot extend here because then we automatically have 3 regions, right? I can't combine these 2 regions. So we need a border here, and given this border I need to extend this here again. And now to the end game. On to the end game. What was the final thing? Oh yeah, I need a region here also because this is complete, right? I cannot extend this here because if I were to do so, I would have to extend it with this one. That's 8. Not allowed. So this has to be a border. And that means, given this corner, I need to extend this here. This region is complete now with 6 as well, right? Yes. Which means I need another border there. Here I have this corner, I need to move around it. This then needs to be a border because of the border rule, right? And the final cell can only be taken by this one also here because of this corner, right? And that's this puzzle. It's actually a very nice puzzle, but I didn't see 10% of the stuff that I see now in this puzzle when I first solved it. It's really like this mechanic, this looping mechanic is so difficult to wrap your head around. Because you don't need to look at the contents you're drawing, only at the form of it, sort of. It's a good mechanic, I can say, but it can really fuck with your brain. Okay, we have 35. There is one difficulty 5 puzzle, and that was here on this wall, right? Yeah, that's the white plinth. Oh yeah, let's draw the outline in a dark blue. Like this. And let's draw the rest in red. So first of all, we know we need red here. We need red here. We need red here. And we need red there. Okay. So these don't have to be connected, yeah, obviously. But each of these red sections has to be entirely covered by blue by the blue outline section. That's what we know already, right? There can't be any of these tiles that touches, even on a corner, one of the other red tiles, unless they're connected somehow, yeah? Okay, so this red one, obviously, is it obvious? Does it have to extend into this thing? For sure, it could wrap around it. This could be blue also, right? Yeah, it doesn't have to extend in there, actually. That's a mistake I always made, I gotta say. Like, that would be possible, right? This could be like this, with blue in there. Yeah, could be. So I can't make this deduction. That would have been a mistake. But the easiest thing I found here is actually to look at a very large section of connected tiles that is sort of hidden in here. And it is, where is it? It's here, this part. Like, here you have 2 corners. Like, the color that is in there has to be a different color than the stuff that spans around it, right? You can't have the same color, like the same region outside. You need, like, every region has to be entirely covered by another region, okay? So you need this here. What else can you see now? This is touching this corner here. So if there is a different color, this one has to span entirely around it, all the way up here. Now we have this border that we can't have a T-shaped border crossing here. And now we reach this corner here, so we have to move there. We're touching this corner, so we have to move around it. There's no way around that. There is a mandatory way around that. So this is all connected already, right? This is what you know. Also here, this has to be part of that. Is there anything else that we can see? I don't think. I think that's it. Yeah. And now with this shape here, it's clear. Is it clear actually? Could this be the same? This could be blue also. This could be blue, this being red, this red. This could all be blue. No, that doesn't work. Here, this corner doesn't work. Here you would need blue. Yeah, on this end. Oh no, if you extend it, then it would work. Actually, I just deduced, also that was a wrong deduction, that this all has to be blue. But it could be the other way around, actually. So let's just go on filling it. This one has to be red here, obviously. This one has to be red as well. Maybe we'll figure out, maybe I'll see eventually. Wait, I'm at red here. Maybe I'll eventually figure out what is going to happen. No, I know that this one has to be red here. I don't know about this one. This could be done like this or the other way around. Wait, yeah, I know this has to be blue, obviously. Because if this was blue, it would be on both sides of the corner. This color, this region has to be the same as this region because of this border here, right? This can't be the same. So it has to be blue, yeah, obviously. Why didn't I see that now? Man. Okay, so we know this is red, here is red. We have this shape already, so we can't have that shape there. But I don't exactly know what that means yet. We have a mismatch. So, yeah, this one I forgot. That's why this has to extend here. I can't have a single cell tile. It's also difficult once you work through these solutions, these puzzles. You tend to not remember the primary deductions you made, like this, for instance, that you need this here, which already leads to you knowing that you have to move with blue around here, right? This has to be blue, this has to be red then. This can only go around the corner. Yeah, you forget these things, right? So on this side, you also need red here because of the border here. Yeah. And now it touches this thing here. So it has to move all the way around it. Let's make this blue. Here we have blue on this side. This has to be red then. And let's go on here. We can't put blue in there, connect it like this. Let's make it like this, because we would have a single red cell here, which we're not allowed because of this and the mismatch rule, okay? So we need red in there. Let's take this here. And it has to be on this side also because of the border anyway. And we need blue here because of this border. And we need red on this border then, like this, right? And this has to be blue. Oh, come on. Like this. However, no, we can't have this here. This would be a bricky situation, right? Across. So this has to be blue and this has to be red. So we have 2 and 3. 1, 2, 3 we have already. We can't have 2 here, this has to extend. We can't have this shape, so it has to extend further, meaning this has to be blue. And now we can't have blue here because that's bricky, or against bricky, right? So we have this shape here, we have this shape complete. Here, this has to be red, it has to extend out. It can't be any of these shapes, it can't be this shape, so it has to be the T shape. Which means blue has to move here. This has to be red along the border here. And what else? Here, blue is touching this corner, so it has to wrap around it. Meaning this is red. This is all red here. This has to be connected then. Here we need blue. Let's put this in like that. There is a border now. And I can't cut blue off here. I can't put red here, because then I would need blue here, and this would be bricky situations. Like, yeah, I would, like along this border, I can't put any more borders, right? So this has to go all the way here, and red has to be here. Here on this corner, blue has to wrap around. And now you can see that you can only add this. This can't stay 3, because we already had 3 there. This cannot stay 2, sorry, because we have it here. So it has to be 3 at least. but these two can't touch. This would be a T situation. You just need to combine them. Yeah, it's difficult to see these easy conclusions sometimes. Like also when I solved this the first time, there's so much stuff that I didn't see, and I was more like stumbling through this puzzle than anything else. Okay, that's 36. There is one difficulty 2 puzzle on a brown plinth. I don't remember. Was it this one? It wasn't here. I'm pretty sure of that. Ah, there it is. Okay. We have Loopy and a 34 region. 32 region, sorry. So this is how much? This is 28 and 36, obviously. So we have 4 tiles to reach these borders. That's pretty obvious, I think, again, that there is no other way than to do it like this. I don't know. I don't know about this puzzle. I don't know what's the puzzle about this puzzle. Anyhow, that was the 1 difficulty 2 puzzle. There are 5 difficulty 3 puzzles to find. 4, 3. Loopy, we can draw the frame again. Like this. Okay, what can we know here? We know that blue cannot be part of this, right? Or this tile cannot be part of the blue region. This has to be a different color. Where exactly 3 borders moot palisade. We only have 2 regions, so the yellow one has to cover everything else, and that means I can't do that, right? Because this section would stay without a symbol. Like this. This has to be blue then. We need these borders here, and this has to move all the way around it, right? Because like we need to connect red to something else, right? And we have these borders here. If that's actually something to show, if you had this here, and you can't have the same region there with a blue in between, because if this was a blue one, you would have to connect this one all the way around, like regardless of the symbols here now, you would have to connect this all around this blue symbol, and the blue symbol would be separated from the region that it needs. You would create 3 regions, so you can't have a bricky situation actually in a loopy puzzle with 2 regions. If you have a loopy puzzle with 2 regions, that's also a bricky puzzle automatically, okay? Just for your information. So you can move that around here. What else? Yeah, you can't go here because you would create this situation here, and you wouldn't be able to extend this region any further. And from all these tiles here, it's pretty apparent that you can't just fill the rest in, because like here it interferes with this, like right with this symbol, like you would have blue all over the place, right? So that doesn't work. This has to be a border, and that also means that this has to be blue. Okay. What else? I think there was something here also. Oh yeah, you can't have blue here, because then orange would have to spin all the way around it, but this symbol prevents that, right? So this has to be orange, and this has to be blue. Blue has to wrap around the corner, because again the loopy and 2 regions, and that means the border goes here, and orange goes this way like that. Here we have this corner. This could come from here. This has to extend there. It could extend here. Wait, we need to make this blue already. Totally forgot about that. And that's actually something I could have done before. This one can't be blue, because we would need this border, and we wouldn't be able to complete this one. This would have to be orange, but it would only have 1 exit, right? So you can already draw a border here and connect this with the borders like this. Then it needs to move into this one. We need these 2 borders and this extension. And then what do we do with this here? Can we have blue here? This would mean this border. This would have to be orange. Doesn't work because this has to be blue, right? So we also need a border here like this, and this has to be orange. Let's take this and draw this in. And since we can't have this here, or it has to be one region, right, the orange, it has to combine with this one, the borders being this here and this, right, and then it can't extend any further. In fact, this shape is complete. Ah, there's a border missing. Okay. We are at brown 3s, right? No, brown 4s. Wait, what is this? How is there a brown 3? Ah no, I solved this one, the brown 3. Yeah, okay. Oh, man. Thought I mixed it up again. So, there is one, yeah. Loopy, we need the frame again. We have 2 regions. So we can draw in this border, and this border. This has to be a separate region. Wait, why does it have to be? That's not true. It could be like this. Sorry. This one has to be blue. But in fact there is something else that I figured out. Took me quite a while until I figured it out. If you have these things in puzzles with 2 regions only, you already know that on opposite sides you always have the same color, and next to each other you always have different colors. You need to fill it like this and like that. You have orange here, that means you need orange there, and the other one have to be blue, because either this one extends like this with blue here, right, and orange there, or this is like that with orange here and blue there. There's always only the question, what is inside there? That's what we did here. We can do that there as well. Yeah, you can extend this here, and you can put blue here and blue there. And now we can already see blue has to move here, and you need to draw this border, so this has to be orange. Okay? That's a really interesting thing that I figured out. And oops, oh come on. I'm drawing this now and extending it so I can reach, like we need to reach one blue, or create one joint blue region, right? That's why all this has to be done like this. This one has to be blue. We can't go to blue through this one, right? We would get stuck, so we need to move here. And then since this has to be orange, this has to be blue. Okay, what else? What else? We are at brown 3s. Don't want to overlook anything here. But I don't think there's anything else. Let's look at this one first, but I think that's a 4, yes. So this is a 3. Okay, let's draw these in. We can draw a border here, which means we need a border there, because like obviously we can't take yellow in. Now we can draw this border, and there was something about wait, what was it? Yeah, this red symbol can only connect to this blue symbol, right? And that means that we have to join these sides. Like even if I go out here, I would have to go there. Now I could go like this potentially, but then I would need like either this, which is not allowed, or I would need a separate section which is not allowed. Couldn't also do that with the 3 there. So that's not possible. Since I need this blue symbol there, I have to join these regions here like this. Which means I can draw these borders and also this border. I hope that's correct actually, but it should be, I think. This one takes this one, we need a border there. Now this blue symbol can only get this red symbol. So let's connect them. Wait, let's actually make these different colors now. Blue, perfect. And then this section has to take this yellow symbol. This a region can only get this yellow symbol now, like this. And I think the regions are complete. So let's see where we need to draw the remaining borders. Yeah, we obviously can't do it like this, because then either here or there we would need an extra border. So that can only be accomplished like that. Oh, that was quick. And it actually worked. Again, I don't remember these solutions so well. I just felt, yeah, I'm comfortable with the mechanic by now. So here we need this. Here we need this. Here we need this. And here we need this. This was more complicated, actually. We have Loopy and Solitude. Yeah, we can draw a border there because we have a symbol inside already here. That means this has to extend away from this, and given this border, we also need these borders here. I forgot that before. So this has to extend there. We need a border there, and since we can't draw a border there, that's here. We can't connect to a different symbol. This is a different region like this with a border here, and there also because of this one, which means we have a new region here, like this. What else? There was something going on here, sort of. Let me think. Loopy and Solitude. What was going on here? This one needs a symbol still, right? But could be anything, basically. It just can't be this one. Ah yeah, I can't have a border there. Obviously, this has to move out of here. It has to move there. It can't take this one because we're creating a T section here. So we need this border. And we need this border, so it has to move up here. And then, because of this corner, it has to be part of this region here, right? Yeah. What else? This one can come from here, can it? Then we would need this here. No, we would create a T intersection here. It doesn't work. We can't move that there because of that then. Yeah, and we can't join those two groups because we already have symbols in each of them. So this one has to go into this direction. We need this border here, so that's here. And then we have two sides on two sides of this symbol already full, so these can't join. That has to move here. We need these borders. And yeah, then this was a bit more complex. What was it? Like the thing is that I can't join these two regions, but I don't remember exactly what the logic was. It was like it's easy to figure out once you do it and you see what follows, but there is something more precise that you have before that. It is about this one. This one can't be part of this region. Obviously, I could have drawn these borders right from the get-go, and then it is that you can't do this here, I think. For what reason? I don't remember. Like if you do this, you can't extend it any further. You would have to do this here, because this region would still need a symbol, and it would be this. Ah yeah, and then you would have to extend this one around here, which is not possible. You're creating a T intersection here. That's the thing. Yeah, like this thing has to be prevented, and that's why you can't move there. Now that means that you have to extend this here, and you obviously can't combine it with this one, also not with this one, because you have a symbol inside it already. You can't combine it here, so this one is complete. And that means this one has to take this symbol here now with these borders, which means you need a border here. This one then has to extend there. This needs a border, this needs a border. And then you can simply draw this border to complete the puzzle. Couldn't draw the border there because that would have been a T, right? Okay. I have 41. We are in the difficulty 3 puzzles. I need one more. Difficulty 3. Where is another difficulty 3? This is a 6 here, right? Ah, there was something down there, but that's a 5, I think, yeah. That's 4. Ah, down there I didn't look. Yeah, that's a 3. Loopy and mismatch this time. Okay, we need these 3. We need these. Let's draw in the borders first of all, before I'm drawing something wrong here. Is there any other T section here? This one. There, okay. So we need 3 here and 3 there. So obviously only one of them can stay 3. But I think we can't know to begin with which one, right? Or is there something? This could be the 3 straight, right? I can move out 2 here, 1 here, and there in any other way. So, well, first of all, we can say we need this here, okay? But we don't know where we have a single tile. What can we do here? I'm unsure. Let me just drink something quickly. Yeah, that's what I overlooked. Sorry, to be so blunt. I saw that while I was drinking. This one was missing here. So there we have our single tile, which means I need to move out of this section here, which means I need to connect to this region here. What else does it mean? I need to move out of this one, so this also has to be part of this region. I can't move in here, so I need these borders. I could move in there. I could also... No, I can't make this a single tile. And I can't move there, because then we would get a single tile here. And I can't do that because... No, I can do that. This doesn't work because this is not allowed. So I need a border there, and that means I need this. Yeah, okay. This region is complete like that. Here we have a straight border, so I need to move around. I have to wrap around the corner here, all the way down then. I need to wrap around this corner. Okay, yeah, I need to wrap around this corner. Why didn't I see that before? Man, and then I need to wrap around this corner. So much stuff that I don't see. Okay, one of these has to extend. But which is it? Well, we can say, yeah, actually that the tile that is here... No, actually, can we say that? Yes. We can't have a single tile here, right? Because we have a mismatch and we already have a single side tile. That means the tile that is here has to wrap around the corner. Yeah, because it's not possible to have a border there. We would need another border there. And that's why this has to wrap around the corner, which means that this one cannot extend out of this region, because we would have the same region on both sides of a border. So we need this border here, and we need to join these two regions also. And here we also have to extend there, right? So that in turn means that we have the 3 straight here. This one has to extend at least there. Maybe further, we don't know yet. Here is a new region. We need a border here. It can't stay 1 tile. It has to be at least 2 tiles, because we have the one here already. So we can draw these borders. And then I don't know what to do else. Yeah, I see the solution, but why? Yeah, I can't do this here, obviously, right? I have to move out of this region, which means I need a border there. And here I have a corner now. These two regions need to be joined. I have this region already, like this shape, yeah, so I need to extend this. Can only go here, can't have a T-shape, need to join these two regions. Okay, that was the last one of these. We are at 42, yes. So we need 5 difficulty 4 puzzles now. Let's see, that's a difficulty 4. Frame first, like this. So we have 2 regions again. So like everything, like the entire region of red has to be completely covered by blue, obviously. And there can't be any bricky things, like 2 corners of the red region cannot touch, because that would close off a blue section, right? Same is true the other way around, okay? So this is blue, this is red here, which means this has to be blue. And that in turn means this has to be red. So we have red here already. And we have blue all the way around here. Which in turn means this has to be red. This has to be blue then. And red has to connect somehow to the rest. So it has to at least move here. What else? This has to be red. Again, these corner thingies must be connected. So this has to be blue here. And this has to be red. Like this then. Red could extend here with blue being here, or blue could be here. We don't know yet, but this blue has to wrap around the corner, and this down here is red. Red has to connect to the rest of the red, right? So this has to be blue, can only be done like this. This must be blue. This must be blue now. This blue has to connect to the rest, so we need this connection here. So this has to be blue as well, yeah. And red here has to connect to the rest, so this must be blue. This has to go on. We can't have red here. It touches the corner, actually, so it has to move around the corner. There's no other way. So this has to be blue. This here has to be blue, and we need this red for the connection. Now I can't have red in here. Obviously this has to extend like this. I would cut it off, right? Just to show. It has to move like this all the way here. And then this is blue. That's a 5. This was a 4, right? Yes. Okay, Loopy and match. There was one area where you could perfectly see what you have to draw. Yeah, it's this one here. Because here you have no, like you can't use ones obviously, because you're creating lots of teeth intersections, right? So you need to extend at least here, make this a bit brighter. And here you exceed the corner, you have to wrap around it all the way. And here you also exceed the corner, so you need this. This is the minimum shape you need. Yeah. Now this is 5 and we have exactly 110 left, so that's a very good indicator already that this is the correct shape. And if you look at this here now, there is another indicator. If you look at this here, there is another indicator. And on top of this, none of these shapes can be extended if you want all of them to fit like this. So it's like 99% sure that this has to be the right shape that you're looking for. Here you can only accomplish it like that, and you can orient yourself also on these here. You need 2 here, But this could be completed basically like this. Well, you can't because you don't have two in a corner in a row, but then this is the next best thing. But I try not to do this because like you just overlook stuff, and it's better to go only into regions where you can be very, very sure, at least 95% sure that it's right. For instance, something like this here. You extend here, you have to wrap around the corner, you have to take this part here. Also, this section is actually giving you the shape. Here, again, the same, you need to wrap around the corner and go along the border. Here, you need to wrap around the corner and go along the border. Man, that actually is quite a nice phrase, sort of. Here, you need to go along the border. You can only extend it there. Here, you need two at least, an extension there. And this you can only complete it like this now, right? Yes. What else? This is complete. Here you need to do this. You need a border there. Here you can't know for sure where to extend this. Yeah, let's just leave it like this. Make it a bit brighter that you see that it doesn't have a border. This one is complete. This one is complete. So what else? Here we have a border, which means we need this shape here. Or could we do this in a different way? No, we can't. Here it's also pretty easy to see we need a border here, and here we need to wrap around, move along the border, and then this. Here is this, and yeah, you can't complete this going up. You have to like wrap around this one, and with this one here. Here you need to go there, but you have a border here, which means you need to complete it like this. This can only be completed like that. Here you have, oops, here is a border, which means that these two are combined. This one is one single tile. We need a border there as well. So this can only be, it can be completed like this. No, that's not possible. It must be completed like that. So this one is this then. This one must be this. This one must be this. And yeah, that seems to work out really fine. Like this and like that. Okay. There is another one. Oh yeah, this one. Let's see. We need 3 here. We need 4 here. 4 and 3. Now, since we have 2 3s here already, one of them has to be straight and one of them has to be around the corner, giving the mismatch rule, right? More importantly, that means that first of all we can't combine them, because we would immediately have 2 regions of 3, up one here, and furthermore this one is 3 or this one, which means this one cannot be 3. There has to be an extension here, and also this one cannot be 3. We need to extend that. The same is, by the way, true for these here. Yeah, can do that already, and also these all have to be different in the end, but we'll get to that. So let's take this away here first of all, and we can draw in these borders. We can draw in these borders. Then we need a border here as well. Here the 5 could actually combine with this. No, that's 4. No, it can't combine because it would have to combine both sections. We need to draw in these borders and these borders also. That's not possible because 4 already plus 5, 6, right? Let me explain that in more detail. There has to be something here. If this wasn't here, there would be the potential to do this, right? It would be 5. But since... oh no, wait, we don't have to extend this because we may actually combine this. Like, I could actually do this. Indeed, yeah. So I can't draw any borders there, and I don't have to extend this here. Yeah, that was my bad, actually. Sorry, I just hit my microphone. So anyway, the 3s, both of them have to extend here. And if this was going straight, this would also have to go straight. Actually, this is the only one that can go around the corner. This one can't go here. because we're creating a T section, right? Like this is what we need, and we need this here. Yeah. That means this one has to wrap around here. This one has to be here. And since we can't put a border here, right? These two regions must merge. Okay, now for the 5, this one has to move here and here. This one has to move here and here, and either it's like this, combining the two, or like this. But we can't really know for sure, can we? Yes, we can, because we're not allowed this region here. It has to be this now. Yeah. I can't merge the 5 with these two sections because I wouldn't have enough space for the 5, actually. I could only complete the 5 like this, creating lots of T sections, yeah? So I don't want to show this now. This video is long enough as it is. So this section is complete like this, and these are the shapes that we're not allowed to use also, okay? So, onto the other side, we have these parts here, and how was that done? Well, obviously I can't connect the 5s in a U shape anymore, yeah? But what about connecting them in an L shape, for instance? Would that be possible? We would need... no, it's not possible. We can see that here already. We would have to extend this, not only like this, but all the way around here to prevent... Like here we also can't have two... We can't have another region touching this, right? That would be loopy. Or I would need this. But how to achieve this? You would have this, the 8 would... There's not enough space. You would need another region here, like this. And you see now here you only have 11 left. You need at least 15 for those. Because again, the 6, you can't create a shape like this. That's 8 already. So the 6 can't be part of these. That just doesn't fly. Like, you don't have enough juice for this. And the 6 can't be this. It would have to be a completely new region. Also here this would sort of wrap around, or you need a new region. So it creates all sorts of problems. So that's not an option. Why I'm telling you this, I don't even know, because I don't know where I'm going with this deduction. But I remember that I saw that when I solved it last time. There was something else here, actually. I mean, here it is obvious that this one is quite an option. No, I wanted to tell, yeah, I want to show that I can't combine the two. I need 2 different regions of 5, I think. Or do I need to combine them? Actually, yeah, wait, I mean, yeah, that's not possible. This one is also not possible, I think. But it's difficult to see why now. There was something else here. I don't remember. Oh, wait, we can draw these borders here, yeah? I think what I did was the following. I looked at how many tiles I need for the 6 and how many I need for the 8. That's 4. And I need this many for the 8. Like this, I would have to combine the 5s in a way that I'm not allowed. And given the border here, I can't extend the 8 there and make this 5, right? So this won't work, okay? And yeah, that means that in order to get more space, either you need to combine the 8 with this part here, yeah? Or you need to combine the 5 with this part. Like this actually doesn't work here, as you can see. Also, like you can't even do that. You would have to do something else here, yeah? So let's see what happens, because I don't remember what I did here. What happens like this? No, let's see what happens when we combine this here. When we do this, we have 5 tiles and we have 3 left. The 6 would need something like this here, right? And for the 5s, no, actually I need something with the 5s first. None of this is logical, what I'm doing. It's just trying now. I don't remember what I did, but it was with the 5. I mean, there was something with this deduction here. But basically, you could sort of make it do, but I don't want to go through why not. There must be something more obvious that can be seen. Why this is not an option. and I don't see it now. Like, for the same reason, this is not possible, right? Or this, because you're always creating T-sections that just complicate the whole thing. How many do we have untold? It's 20. We need 8, 14. If we don't combine them, we need 24 actually. Yeah. And combining is only possible with a long L corner or no, this shape is gone. Oh, yeah. We can draw this border here also. I totally forgot about that. Because like this is too big for the 5. What was that here? I don't know. I remember the solution now, exactly, because I actually replayed this puzzle once I solved it to memorize it, but like I don't remember. If you do this, let's go through it more carefully now. You will have to wrap around this corner. You could do something like this, or you can go all around it like this. But that's obviously not an option. Like, you would have to join here. You're not left with enough space here, yeah? For the 6 and the 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 3 only, no. That's not an option. So can you do this with the sections like this? You need something going this way. How much do you have left now? That's 11. You have 3 plus 5 would be 8. Then you would have 6 left. But like, yes, you would have 6 left like this. 6, and that's 8. But how will you take care of these T-sections? That's not possible. You would have to join regions, but this you can't join here. That's a 8 already. Yeah, so this doesn't really work. No, you can't do it like this with the 5. Come on, let's undo all this. So the other option would be this, but given that we have a straight border here now, here and here, it's even more unlikely, because I wouldn't be able to extend this here because of this intersection. Like, I would have to go around here, and it is already 5. That could be 6, however, but I'm not with left enough for the 8, right? And then here in the end we have a serious problem with this T-section, right? So you can't do it like this also, and that one is obviously not possible, because you need to go here. Then you have one there. You need this to extend here. How much do you have left? 10 plus 3 would be 13, or you need 12. Okay, but the 6 would be like this then, and again you end up with T-sections here and here. It's just not possible like this. And that means, indeed, what you need to do is to separate the 5s and put one like this. The other one then has to be built like that, because once you combine this, this is the only option for the 5, right? And now you're left with 13 tiles, plus 3 is 16 actually. So what do? We need to, like, we have 13, so we need, no, actually 8 plus 6, yeah, that's 14. We need this area here. We can't use this area with the 8, that's too far away, and the 6 can't use it, because then it would have to use this area also, right? So we need this here for the 8, that's 5, and we have 3 left. We have to wrap around the corner here, like this, and that's 8. And now we have 6. We need a border here also, right, because of this T intersection, and then it's pretty easy to see that the 6 has to span around this like that, and that completes the puzzle. I'm not happy with the deduction here for the 5s. This is more about, like, I don't know, there must be a more succinct way to prove that these 5s can't be a joint region, but I didn't see it now, and I think there was something that I had found last time I solved it, but I don't remember it. Okay. So we are at the difficulty 4 puzzles, right? 45. Yeah, we need 2 more of them. This was a 5, right? Yes. Down there? That's a 4, yeah. Okay. Again, we need to draw the border here. So, let's take a different color for this one. What was that here? This thing here. This one can't move here. If that was the case, I would need a border here. And then I would need to complete this like that. Which I'm not allowed because of the border here. So I can't have a border here. I need a connection here, and this needs to be a border. But this one has to be a different region than this one. So we could still do this, right? Or we do this. There was something here also. What was that? Loopy. We only have Loopy. I can't do this now, actually. Because I would have 2 regions. No, I would need another region. I could create something like this here. Ah, man, I also don't remember the solution to this puzzle. Even though I had this really close. What was it? Ah, yeah. It's not possible for this one to move here. Because then... Or is it? I need to do this. And then I would need 2 more borders, right? Or no border. I can't have no border. Can I have 2 more borders? This would have to move here. Yeah, it doesn't work because here I can't have a border here, right? So, and I can't combine these like this. That doesn't work. That's why this one can't move down. Because I will inadvertently create a T section here, or have the same border, the same region on both sides of a border. That's it. So I need a border here. This has to move here and then there. And like that it is complete. Which means this one... No, that doesn't work. But what did I do wrong here in my deduction? Let's take this away again. If this goes here, we have a border here. This has to be here. And I can't have this. Because this will move down. And either I have a T section or that. So that doesn't work, right? And I can't spin all around. Where's my mistake? No, I see it now. Like, this tile, this symbol can only have one of these 2 tiles. So it needs at least these 2. So I need to put in this border also. That's what I didn't see now. So either it's red, it's all like part of the outer region, or it's the T-shaped thing here. One of the 2, okay? Now we know that this one has to move here, and here we have a corner, so it has to move around that. And here we need a corner now. So this indeed has to move down. But how can it do that with this? That's what I didn't see. In order to prevent this T intersection here, this is what I need. Yeah, that's what I overlooked when I did this. So we have this here, and we need this here and this here. This then has to be the different region. And here we have an extend and a single region there. Okay, I just didn't see the possibility that these can be combined. This solution shows you more succinctly that indeed this tile has to be part of the outer frame region, right? Okay, there is one more difficulty 4 puzzle. Like this. We have Loopy and Solitude. Let's put in a different color first, and let's make this a bit darker. Like this. There is something here in this puzzle that you can deduce. It's a bit sort of, just a little bit around the corner. One of these two. Well, actually, let's do it the way I told you. Like, we have. No, we don't have 2 sections only. No, I can't do that. You can see that if this one is oriented in this way, we will need a border here, which means this street is part of the outer frame. And the same is true the other way around. If you have this, you need a border here, which means this is part of the outer frame. So that means that one of these 2 symbols is the symbol of the region of the outer frame, and that means you can draw borders here and there. Yeah, this one also has to extend in order to reach a symbol somewhere. Now we can extend these away from the border, right? And we can also know that we cannot extend this here because we wouldn't be able to combine it, right? For the solitude rule, which means we would need a border here, which creates a T-shaped border crossing. So that's not possible in both ways. This one has to extend up here. Yeah, the outer frame has to extend up. So this goes there and this goes there. And then we need a border here and there also. This one will probably take this tile, I guess, or maybe this one, I don't know. Here we need blue, right, on this corner, around this border. We have Loopy only, so that means there could be 4 different regions touching this corner here, or this intersection. What else? Yeah, this one can't go into this direction because we would need a border here, creating a T-shaped border. So we need this here, which in turn means we need the blue one here. That's this then. And this can't go here now because it would have to combine with this region in order to prevent a T. So we need 2 borders here. This one has to go there. And this one is complete actually. So we have a... Oh, what did I do there? I wanted to draw a border. This one's complete and we need something new here. This must not be the blue area, it could be something else. So this has to move along this border, right? Then it has to wrap around the corner here. And this shape... Yeah, it needs a symbol still. Can it be something else but this? This could... Oh yeah, this one. This symbol actually, it can only move in 2 ways. Let me show this like that here. It either connects these, right? Or these. And it can't do this because it would interfere with this crossing here. That would create a T section no matter what. And it also can't go, what was it? This way. Well, now it can't go this way because again it would create here a T section. Yeah, like you would have a border like this here, and yeah, you can't prevent the T anymore. So this goes like that. Is that possible here? No, it's not, because then we would need a border here, right? Let's go back to the drawing mode. I can show you that here. If I do this, I would need a border here. And that's not allowed because I don't have a symbol inside. So now I know it has to move like this, with a border here. There we also need a border. What else? Here we could have 4 thingies. This one still needs a symbol, right? How's this supposed to get a symbol? Can only be this one. Oh, it could also be this one. Yeah. Actually, it can't be this one. In order to get this one, it would have to be here also. And then, like, since it touches this region here, there's no way to create something where it doesn't touch this region also. You could extend this here. That doesn't work. Or you would have to extend this here. Yeah. Because of this tile, so it doesn't work. This one has to move down here and be part of this region. Also we need this border, and then it could touch this one, but this one could move around it. I don't know. I'm not sure this deduction is 100% sound, but I'm pretty sure this is correct here. It could move inside still to create a bricky kind of border here. Not sure. What are we doing with this stuff up there? Let me just draw this back because I'm not 100% sure of this deduction. I need to do something here actually. And I don't know what. Where exactly 3 borders meet. Yeah, I can't do this now, right? No, I could extend it here. That would be possible. Oh man, why is this always so difficult? And I could draw a border here, right? I would just need to have, like, I would have to draw a border like this. But this would have to move around, this region would have to move around this, or this. This is so difficult to see where you can and have to move if you do something here. There must be some, that is not so difficult. There is something easy that I'm overlooking now, and I just don't see it. That's the problem. Oh wait, I need to take this away also. I think it was something. Like, I will definitely need a new region also that can only connect to this one. Yeah, I need to leave this open, and this has to move here actually. Because if I draw this in one color... No, actually this could be blue then. Yeah, and this doesn't... No, that doesn't work. This deduction. Oh, come on, what is it now? These puzzles are just too difficult for me to memorize. Let's face it, I'm just not intelligent enough for them. What is it? I'm sure I didn't make a mistake so far, but I don't see any way forward. I think I see the solution already. No, actually I don't, but what about this tile here? Like, it could be part of that thing? No, it can't be part of that thing. It has to be a new region because I can't complete this anymore. So, what? Is it part of this one? Can it be part of this one here, of this tile? always getting sidetracked because it's too difficult. Like basically, I think this would be possible with this going like that, but then no, actually that's not possible. Because this couldn't connect to this anymore. Like this. So could it be done like this? No, then it's a T-section. Wait, but since I have this has to move here. I have this border and this needs to extend, so I need this here. But I can't join the two. Because once I do that, this region has to move around it. And then it can't connect to this here anymore, right? So I must not join these. This has to be a border here. Then this has to be a border, which again leads to the same outcome. What am I doing here? And like I swore myself that I'm not going to use the check progress button in these videos. But again, this one is not allowed for this thing there. So let's draw the border here. Okay, we need this then. Okay. Yeah. Maybe that's actually it. That's the way forward. So let's follow this path. Let's see where it leads me. We have these borders here. We need something else here still. Ah, this border, I drew that in only. Ah, that was my mistake. Okay, yeah. So we need this here. And this one cannot be part of this, but it could be the blue one actually. It could be part of this. And it sort of might work. Ah, but here we need this now. Okay. And then we need to move in there. We have these borders now, which means we need a border here as well. We can't put a border there. This has to be here. Now it all makes sense. Now this has to be connected. And this still has to reach this one. Can only do it this way. We need a border here. And then what do we do for the end part? This one extends in here, right? Yes. Okay. Oh man. Thankfully I got this. Let's see, we are at 47. That's all of them. 3 difficulty 5 puzzles. Let's get it done. There is one. Okay. This one was rather easy, I gotta say, for a 5. Let's hope I can get this across. We have Loopy, Bricky, and Mismatch. So we have one region of 1 tiles. Let's make this dark again here. This one has to be a 2. And it can't move there, because with this border, we immediately have, regardless what else happens, at least 3 or even 4 borders meeting. So the 2 must be completed like this. Because of Bricky and Mismatch, the outside frame has to span around it. Here we have 3, we have 4, 4, 4, 4, 3, and 4. Okay. We can't move here with the 4. We can't move there with this 4 because we would touch this border. Also the 1. The 3 can't move into this direction because of these 2 numbers, and this one could potentially go up because it can pass this border if necessary. It can go 3 or 4 up even, okay? So, the 3, like we have 2 3s. One is a straight 3, one is a corner 3, right? But this 3 can't go like this because it touches this one here. It can't go there because it touches a 4. It can't go there around the corner because we will create a T shape. And it also can't touch the 1 there. So this can only be the straight 3. Oops. And this one then has to be the corner 3. Okay. We have another corner here. And this one already has to spin around it. Yes. So it means the 4 needs to extend there. We need this, and the blue can go all around this also. Oh, I forgot to draw in some borders. Also these here I can draw in already. Let's put them in, just for good measure. Now, what else? I think it was about the straight 4. Yes, this one cannot be a straight 4 into this direction because of this connection here. And it also can't be a straight 4 into this direction because of the touching here. This one can't be a straight 4 and this one can't be a straight 4. This one has to be the straight 4 because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 4s, which means we need all 5 iterations of the 4-tile regions. Yeah, there's a straight 4, a square, an S shape, a T shape, and an L shape, right? So the straight 4 can only be here. That's that. And that means in turn what? That the 4 here needs to go at least here, right? Which means the 3 here has to go there. Or it has to go at least here. The 4 if it's a square, or like it can't touch there. Actually, we can move this around now. So we can already see this has to be the L now. Yeah. This has to be the square. And now we're left with a T and an S shape. The T shape can only be here, and the S shape has to be there. Yeah, and that's how we solve this puzzle. I found this much easier than the puzzle before, I gotta say. So, is there another 5 here? Yes. Oh yeah, this one I really liked. I like these puzzles with Loopy and Bricky mechanics. And here we have non-boxy on top. So let's start by putting in the borders that we know already. Yeah, that's about it. But you can also know that... wait, Bricky and non-boxy. Yeah, that means, look, I can't do this. Oh, actually, I can do it. Oh, that's not correct. What I just said. I can't do this, for instance, here. Let's start with that. Because that's a complete region, but I need non-boxy. Yeah. So I need a border here, and this one has to extend into that direction. That is also a border. Again, change the colors here a bit. Let's make this orange. This has to be blue then, right? With a border here. This has to be a bit brighter, however. Not that bright. Like this. Perfect. Which means we need a border there also. And since we need non-boxy, I have to extend this here at least, this region, right? In order to turn the corner eventually, and I can only do that here. I may also have to take this one, but we don't know about that one. This one you need to extend. This one can't move here because of non-boxy, right? So we need a border there also. This one is part of the outer frame now. So this has to move here. And indeed it can't move there because we would create a loopy or bricky situation. Actually a bricky situation, yeah. No, it would be loopy eventually, it doesn't matter. I can't touch that, so I need blue here, and then it has to wrap around the corner like this with another border here. Here we need these borders and also this border, and this one has to wrap around it. Otherwise we will have loopy or bricky violated. This can't be here now because I would need red all the way around it, right? So this has to be part of the red region. And blue is going all the way here. Okay. This one also has to be blue because we already have 2 sides blue. We can draw a border here now because we have 3 sides of blue here. We don't know about this tile here. Let's see, what else? Need to drink something for a moment again. Just a second. Right. Okay, I'm back. Let's see. This can be. Yeah. Oh yeah, this has to be blue also. Huh. There should be something more here, I feel like. This can come. This one here. This has to move away here. It can't be part of the same region, right? Here. So we need a border here. But we don't need to combine those. We don't only need like 2 regions or something. This can be a separate region moving there or there. However, because of this border, it has to extend here. This could be here now. What is it? What is it? This cannot be blue anymore because I have blue on the other side also. I need this here. Yeah, I need the other color there. That's why this has to extend, and this cannot be blue. It has to be orange. Can't be orange like that because it's boxy. We need non-boxy. This then has to be blue, and this has to extend all the way around it into this tile because that's not part of blue, right? We have this border then and this border then. Blue has to move in here. This one cannot be blue now, right? Because we have blue on both sides of on two sides of this tile. This has to be orange, and I can't have a bricky situation, so I need to move this all the way around. We have these borders then and this border. This cannot extend because here we need something new. It has to be blue, obviously. So let's draw the blue one in here already like this. Now we know we have a border here. And this one has to be the same region. So this is blue here. This one is complete. This can only be orange, this symbol, because we have blue on one side, right? And wait, actually no, that's not true. This could be done like this. No, it can't be done like this because of this tile here. That's violated, right? It has 3 sides open already. Can only have 2 sides open, so we need this here. First this connection. And since it can't become blue, it has to go here. We need these 2 corners now. For the blue one, we need this extension here. Now it's time to look at this stuff here. Need to figure out something else here now. What is it? Is it maybe something down here? Yeah, I can't have this. Because I would have orange here, and this would be a boxy situation, right? I'm not allowed rectangulars, so we need this here. Also these borders. And then I need to extend that somehow, somewhere. But I don't know. Could be both sides, right? What is it? The next step I don't really see. Yeah, here's the same thing. I can't have blue here because it would create a rectangular shape. So I need to do this, and I have these borders already. So it can only be completed like this. It's that simple. This one now can't be blue, because again we're creating a shape that is not allowed. So we have another L here, because we need these borders already. So that's complete like that. This one then has to be blue, like this, and we need a border here. And here we need orange then, going like this. What's going on here? If I do this... Oh yeah, again, I have the shape. It's the same thing over and over again. That's why I thought it's not so difficult, because it really is the same thing again and again. I can move in there, but I have to move into one of these two at least. I don't know, maybe both of them even. Yeah, I can't have this one with blue, because I would need orange or a different tile all around it, and I would create a T here for sure. So this one has to be part of this thing here. Then I need to move like this. I will have a border there. Can I put blue there? Then I would have to move orange around, and that's not possible. So this cannot be blue, this has to be orange. With the border going like this. Which means I need blue here, and I have the border there then. Blue has to move around here. Here I have 3 sides now also, so this is the correct shape here. The correct shape, we need orange on the inside of it. And yeah, this can't be blue anymore, right? Because we have blue on the 2 sides of this tile. So this has to be orange. And then this one has to be completed like this. Which means the only thing left is this here, which is complete already like that. That's just the inside shape. Okay. And now, I think there's one difficulty 5 left, right? Yeah, we need 50, I have 59, and that was the one down there. And this one is quite interesting. You need to start by looking at this here. Again, you can't have something like that, because you're not allowed to put a tile on the other side, which means you will have shapes on Delta and Gemini signs all together. So this has to be separated, and it also is true for this side here. You need these borders, okay? So, how did I solve this puzzle? I actually didn't put in these outside framey things, like these things here, because they are just cluttering the stuff up, and it's easier to see what you need to do. Like here, we have a minimum of 2, right? So I can't have a single tile. I have to extend it either in this direction or into this direction. But regardless, I have this corner here, so I need at least this shape, 3 tiles. So is there a way to do this here? You would need to do it like this in order not to create a T here, right? And then you see pretty quickly that you would need something here like this. And there is a border. So you would do this, and then this you would need a border there as well. And then you would need a border here. Oh, come on. The border. I hope that this doesn't break down, because like it happens to me sometimes that this border function just doesn't work anymore. You would need to do all this here, all these border things, and then you would have to move here sort of, and here you can already see that you will not be able to recreate the shape here, yeah, because this shape could only be recreated like this here, and that's a T, yeah. Actually, let's do this. Is there any way just here, sort like this? Yeah. Also, here you can see that you can't recreate this thing again. You would have to do like this with a T here, or like this with a T here, or you would have to go there with the T here. Like this would be an option, but then you couldn't do a T there, and this. You can't create the borders like this, yeah? So this doesn't work. You can't have this single shape. You need to extend it somehow. Now the first thing that I thought of was doing this here. because you have this side here, this long side, right? And then you can extend it here and it fits with this corner, right? But like, I mean, obviously you can't do it like this here because you're missing these you have a T shape here and you can't prevent that anymore. You will create another T intersection somewhere else. So then I thought, well, maybe I can do it something like that, was it? Yeah. Because remember, you also have this down here, like you have this in here for sure, right? That's actually what I thought. Yeah, I had this drawn in. Let's take the random colors again. Yeah, this is a connection that you need. And then I saw the L and I saw, yes, that fits perfectly actually. And also here with the corner, right? And here it also fits perfectly. Yeah. So, and I actually think there is no other way to extend this because that's the thing that I didn't do here. With this being like in this color, for instance, you see that if you extend here, you don't find a way to do anything with it. You can't recreate the shape, right? So you have to extend into this direction. And this can only be completed like this. Yeah. And you also can't move in here. Once you do that, you can't recreate it anymore. And this completes it. So it has to be this shape actually, because there's no other way to accomplish this here. Yeah. So you have this with a border here and a border there. And then here, because of this border, you need at least two, also because of the minimum two, right? You have to wrap around the corner, that is for sure. And then you have the three-corner shape that we had here also. And the question is if you can replicate this here without a problem. Just drinking something again. Getting a really dry mouth by now. And I don't remember the solution to this, but the first try that you the first thing you try is obviously this. And I don't remember if it has to be the three-corner shape or if it's a Z shape or whatever. But you face difficulties here, I remember. You can't do this because here you have a T shape. But you could potentially do this if you put any other kind of thing here. No, actually, I remember you have to. Wait, let's see why this doesn't work. Is there something here that we can know? You would need a border there. Let's look at this one first. Let's draw in the borders. You would need a border here. And then you would have to extend here, and that doesn't work. You have three dangling borders. You can only have two, right? In order not to create a T shape again, right? So that's why this doesn't work. Huh? So let's draw this away, or like undo this, because I remember that you had to do it. Wait, what was it again? You can. Yeah, it's the same thing. You could also try this, but you always have this problem here. Ah, come on. Yeah, you always have this problem that you have three open borders here. And the way to prevent this is to simply extend this. Okay? Then you have this here. And this shape, like this border, fits perfectly like this. Okay? And then you indeed need a completely different shape here. Yeah. Here you have something. Let's not draw this in. Here you simply have to connect these two borders and everything is fine. You have a T shape and an L shape. These are not the same. So that's fine. So what about this one here now? I can need a border there. This could be done as the three-corner shape now, right? You would have four corners here, and this fits perfectly. Can we fit it in there? Like this is very well fitting, right? So you would have a border here, and you also have a border there that I didn't draw in before. And now you can't connect them like this because it's the same shape like this one. You just simply have to connect them like this, and that solves the puzzle. It's a good puzzle, and I think what I said about is actually logical, that you needed this L shape. You can extend it only into this direction. Now I didn't show you why you can only extend it into this direction, but had you extended this to an S shape, you wouldn't have been able to complete this there. So this is a pretty logical puzzle, actually, even though it's very difficult to find the path. I would say it's really a difficult puzzle. So we have 50, and there's one puzzle left, difficulty 6. My favorite puzzles again, thank God. Let's see how long this takes me. I'm gonna look at the watch now. Whoa, so late. Okay, where do we start? Let's see, here we have 2 regions, and we have Loopy. 2 regions and Loopy also means bricky. Yeah, just as a reminder, you can't have 4 corners touch anywhere. 4 borders touch in any intersection, okay? And on top it means the following. Then I'm going to show you now. If you have a... did I show you before? No, I showed you before, right? If you have a collar on one side of one of those straight connections here of the palisades, you need the other collars in this formation. Yeah? Because either you have this connection with 2 reds here. No, wait. Or you have this connection with 2 blues here. Yeah? So we can draw these in already. Let's see where they are. There are more of them. Here we have 2 red ones. Here we have 2 red ones. Here we have 2 red ones. And here we have 2 red ones and another red one there. And now for the blue ones, here and here. Here, here, here. Oh, I forgot this red one there. Okay. Now let's keep the red. So, we can already combine this here, draw a border there, and know this must be blue. These borders here, these borders, this border here. Let's just draw in the borders for the time being. We need a border here, but this could still go anywhere, yeah. Ah yeah, this border here is pretty obvious that we need this connection now, and this and that, right? This border and this border we need to extend there. This could be... No, this can't be red, because we would need blue all the way around, which doesn't comply with this symbol. So we need a border here. This has to be blue, like this, and this is red, like this. The corners are like this, and this has to extend out here, and they touch this, so they have to combine with it. We go here, like this. We have blue on both sides of this symbol, so that has to be a combined symbol. We're going here now, with these borders also. Here we can draw blue there and red there and blue on these sides, right? This one can't be blue anymore. It has to be red, right? Because we have 2 sides of blue. And since it comes from this side, we need this here, so this has to be blue. This cannot be blue anymore, this has to be red, with these borders. However, this can be blue and this can be red, or both of them can be red. It's not clear yet. Oops. Man, it's so difficult for me to find these, to hit these corner points. We need red all the way around here, which means we have a border there also. Let's draw on this border as well. This one then has to be blue. I can drag this from here because, again, we don't have bricky and no loopy, right? We have this here. This has to be blue because we have 2 sides of blue already. We need red here and here because of this symbol, right? Blue on these sides, red on these sides. But this needs to be blue as well. This has to be blue altogether. There is a border here. This needs to be red. This one cannot be blue anymore because it has two sides of blue. So this has to be red. And that in turn means that I can't have red here because that would create a bricky situation. I wouldn't be able to combine them, right? So this has to be blue. And this has to be red here, which means this is blue with a border here and red there. You see that it's actually pretty quickly that I can solve these. I find them easier than the other puzzles. This has to move all the way around with this one extending like this. Here we need red on this side and blue here and there. This cannot be blue anymore. Let's turn back to red here. Because we have two sides of blue, this has to be red, which means this is blue. And we need blue, for these here. So we have this corner here and this border also, this border also. This is a dead end, but it can still come from both sides, yes. This one has to be red here. Like this, because we have the border there and here and all these borders. This then has to be blue, which means red has to move around it. We have these corners now. This one could be blue. No, it can't be red anymore because of this border here. You can't do that, right? Yes. So this has to be blue. We have these borders and this border as well. These borders here. What else? Let's draw in these borders also. Oh yeah, this one can't be red here because we have two borders of red already around it. So that's blue, like that, which means for the street that we have blue here. And we also have blue there because of this street. And we need red here, here and here. Okay. Here we can't cut this blue off. This has to be part of a region, right? So that has to move here. And then it takes either this one or that one. We don't know yet. What else? We have red here going around there with this corner. Blue is moving like this then. And we have these borders here. This can't be, for the same reason, this can't be red anymore, right? It would have to be completed like this. So this has to be blue. And we have these borders. Then this one has to extend here in order to connect to something, right? So this has to be blue, like this. We need a border there. But this could extend here or there. I don't know. This has to move around the corner, the blue here, and then we have another border there, which means red has to move here and then connect to this one. So blue has to be connected this way here in order for this not to be separated. Here, red has to move around this corner and we need this border according to the symbol. So on this other side we need blue, we need this border now, all these borders, and here we have red with this border. Okay, I think I have to move on. Can I see something here? I'm not sure. I don't see it the next step immediately at least. Let's put in this border as well. This could be blue, this can be red. Blue and red. Is there any border that I forgot to draw? Oh yeah, I need a border here, but it doesn't really help. I know that it has to go into this one, I remember that, but I can't tell you why. Hold on. No, I have to find something up here, I guess. Oh yeah, this one, why didn't I see that? That means that this one has to be red here, right? And it has to extend there. Yes. This has to be blue also. And... wait, no. I don't need this border there. This can go there. Oh, thank God I didn't make this mistake now. I hope I'm still correct, actually. But this looks good. I feel like this is the correct solution. What's going on here? Oh yeah, I have to extend away from the border there. Also here I need to do that. Totally forgot about that. Man, I was so focused on telling you about the colors with these straights, like that you can do this, that I totally forgot about that. Is there something I can read from that? No. This can be blue, this can be red, yeah. Would come from here. Can be... wait. Can this be red? It would be like this. Combine here. And I need a border there. I can't complete an end here too. Or would I? Yeah. Can't complete that anymore, right? I can't... wait, let's undo this. Like, if I have this red here, I need those two extensions. This one can only move into this direction then. And it can't go there because I have red here already, which has to be the same region, right? Yeah, I need to combine them, obviously. And then I can't use... I would have to make this blue, but I can't make this red anymore. So this has to be blue, this tile. And I need this border here, which means red is there. And this here is blue, like this. With a border here. These are connected. This one can move anyway, but I need a border there. And this one has to be red then. Like this, and this being blue. Okay? Which means this is red. And this has to be blue here. With the border... oh, come on. The border moving here. It has to be here then too. These have to be borders. Maybe I will make this a bit brighter now, the blue one. No. You can see the borders better, but this is too bright. Like this here. Which means this has to be like this. And it has to move around this corner here. And we need this border here, which means this is blue. Coming here. Here we have a border. This one could be both ways, basically. Here we need a corner, because this one can't be red, right? We have two sides red already. So we need blue like this. That in turn means this has to be blue. And this has to be red, and this has to be red. We need a border there then. Oh, this has to be extended here, because of the border, right? And we need this border as well, so this has to extend also. I could have seen all of that before already. And this has to be red here now. Let's draw these borders in. Here we don't know. this is a border we need, and this too. So this has to be red with a border here. This has to extend away from the border here. We still need to connect this somehow. What else can we see? This can be blue. This is either blue like this or red like this. Ah, this can't be blue. Yeah, you can't do this here because you have blue on the other side already of this dead end tile. This has to be red. With this corner, and then blue is going all the way around this, right? Like this, which means red is going here. You have this connection also. And then you have two borders here, and that tells you that you have to connect this here. You have a border here and a connection here. These borders, and here, this corner, you need to move around with blue. So now you only have this here left to connect to this. Also you have this border here. This somehow needs to connect to that. Can this be blue then? Here this is blue. Red is either here or there. This can't be blue. If this is blue, you need these two extensions, and you can't connect red anymore into this area here. Yeah? Because of the dead end symbol there. So you need, you need red here like this. And then this dead end, like you need a border here, right? Which means you have blue there. This dead end can only be reached like this. Oh wait, no, that was premature. I need to draw these borders and this border, or these borders only. This one has to extend here, the blue one. We have the corner around like this, and red is going here with another border there. So blue is like this indeed, that fits. Here we have red. This is a dead end. We have blue there. So blue has to be like this. Here is blue also. We have this border and this connection. Wow. Very nice puzzle, I gotta say. How long did this take now? I think it was like 50 minutes or something. Ah, well, see. It's still good enough for me. That's it. I got 51 puzzles, man. Those are really difficult, I gotta say, and that took quite a while. Again, I'm curious how long this video is. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this, and you could take something away from what I tried to explain, and that, like, at least, let's say, like 50% of what I said made sense. In my next video, I will be solving the inequality section, which I think starts here. Hope you'll check that out. Until then, as usual, I say bye.